Hello friends. In our previous videos, we have seen some examples using that collections. In the series, we are going to see now how to convert the collection data into the HTML text format. Because sometimes in our business scenario, we have to use that one table format mail body content. Suppose if you are having that collection of values, that means the records in that collection values we have to use it as a table format in the mail body. So at that time, so how we can use that collection values as a table value for that mail body, because directly we cannot use that collection value as a table format into the mail body. So how we can convert that collection as a table format for the mail body? So that time we have to convert that collections into the HTML format. So if you are converting your HTML for collection into the HTML format, at that time that HTML format values you can use as a mail body. So when you are sending mail using that POP3 SMTP object. See, so now we will see that one how we can convert that collection into the HTML format. See, I'm going to have that one collection for our sample. See, so for this collection I'm going to give the name, just a simple name, any name you can give it. Just I'm giving input collection. Just imagine we are having some fields. So serial number, it should be number data type, and name, it should be in text, just enough for 2 columns. So we are having 2 columns tables. So initial value also we can create. See here, 1 some name, and 2 and 3 so 4 enough. So we are just we are having 4 records. So now we are having our collection data. See, just I'm increasing the font size. Okay. So this is our collection. Actually, this collection data we have to convert into the HTML format. But the problem is here we cannot convert that collection value directly into the HTML format. So for the purpose of this HTML conversion, we have to write our own code, customized code we have to define it. So for the code writing purpose only, Blue Prism, they are providing that one stage. That stage name is called code. So I'm taking this code stage and use it here. That's fine. Open it. So here the input output code. So the input, which one we are going to use as an input? So our collection, this collection we are going to use as an input. So this collection we have to use it for our code. So how we can get this collection? For the purpose we have to create that parameter. See, here you can give that one name, any name you can give it. Just I'm giving input data, and it's going to be in collection type. See, it's a collection type, and so which value? This value. So this collection value I am going to get it into this variable input parameter, input data. So this data, and purpose of this collection. So this collection we are going to convert into the HTML format, right? The HTML format means, so we are going to get that HTML format text value. So that text value going to be an output. So output, create one parameter variable. So here HTML output. So that HTML output going to be text data type, and here see the output data, it is going to be text type. That is the reason I'm using one HTML output data item. Now come to the code stage. Here we have to write the code. So how we can write the code? What logic we have to use it? Actually, in collection, how the data will be there? It will be there in that rows and columns order. So the rows and columns order data we have to get one by one, and then we have to append all the values. For example, in this collection, in our collection, we are having columns. See, we are having columns. So these two column value, we have to get it into our code logic, and those two column values we have to separate as a column header, and then we have to get the record one by one. From each record we have to get the column value one by one. For example, if you are getting first record, means the first record we are having two columns, value 1 and Raju. Second record we are having two column values, value 2 and Sindhiri. So like this we are having each two columns in the each record. So we have to get these each column value, and then we have to append it. So everything we have to append as a single text value. So we have to collect all the collection values, then we have to append the values one by one. So this is the logics only we have to apply in this code stage. See, for this purpose, so appending text. So for the appending text, here we are having one predefined class. That class is called string builder. Actually, before defining logic, you have to decide it what language you are going to use it for your customized code. See, go to the initialize and go to the this property window, information stage property window, and go to the code option. Here you have to choose which language you are going to use it for defining your business logics, right? And like this, you have to add the namespace and DLL and namespace. For our requirement, we have to add the DLL, system.dll, and the namespace. That string builder available in this namespace, system.text. Apart from this namespace, system.text, one more we need, system.data. So system.data we need. Then click OK. Now come to that your code stage. See here, string builder object name equal to string builder, and then so we want to confirm it, is there any data is available or not in our collection. So we can define that logic first. What is our input collection? This is our input collection, right? So this one we are going to use it. Input data dot rows dot count. We have to confirm it, is there any record available or not. If record is there, so what we have to convert that record value into the HTML format, right? So the HTML table format we have to convert it. So how? See, the SD is our object, string builder object. For this object we are going to append of our HTML code table. See, this is the first one, and under the table we are going to add, here we are using C#, the case sensitive, so we have to give the proper case, and tr. So that means tr means we are going to add one row for the table. Okay, so which should be a first row? The first row, the column should be a column header should be a first row, right? So in our collection we are having column values, so it might be a minimum 2, right? So it might be minimum 2 or minimum 1 or 2, so it can be more than 2. So we have to collect all the header values from our collection. That for the purpose we are going to use the for each loop and data column object in for each loop in, and from which collection. So this is our collection, input data dot columns. We are going to get all the columns one by one, and here The for each data column DC is our object. So for this object variable, we are going to get the column one by one. Here, the same string builder object, append column going to be a header in our HTML, right? So we have to add th tag, and we have to add our values here, like this one, DC dot the column name. The column name, actually the DC object, what the column name currently we are having, that name we have to mention here, and then append of that header, we have to close it, right? So here I am going to close this header. The each statement end, we have to give the semicolon because we are using that C# language. That is the reason we have to give the semicolon the every line end. So once this for each loop is completed, now we will get all the collections, all the header. Then, so now we have to get that. First we have to close this row, right? See here, I am going to use this one. See, close it. Now, one more for each. This for is for getting data row from that collection. See, this is our collection. Input dot rows and open the brace. Yes, here string builder dot append of, we have to start one row, right? So that is the reason I am adding one row, and append of here, no, here actually we have started one row, but this row, the current row, how we are going to get it? We are going to get it column by column for each row, right? So again we have to use that one, nested for each loop, input the current rows column, and here sp dot append of td table data, right? And sp dot append of the current row, current column value dot to string. See, and close the table data. So like this till end of the column, this nested loop will be repeated. That nested for each loop will be repeated. So all column values of the current record will be appended. Then we have to close the row. See, so again it will start from the next row. So the same process will be repeated. So almost we have done, and then out of this, yes, this is the close brace for this for each. Here append of, we have to close our table, right? So table and close. So now this is SP, that is string builder object having all the appended text value. So that value only we are going to use it as an output. See, for this HTML output, and I'm going to assign this one sp dot string Okay, fine. So now we want to confirm it, is there any exception or any syntax error is occurring or not. So for that purpose, just click this check code. Some exceptions there. So we have missed somewhere the close bracket and semicolons. The row number 21 and 20 and 12. See, go to that one. The 12 here, the end we have to put this semicolon, and in the 20. So here we missed the close. Yeah, now again I'm checking. So invalid expression. The row number 21, invalid expression. Close brace. See 21. Here it should be given here. Then again system.data table does not contain a definition for rows. So rows, somewhere we have spelling error. Data row, yeah, here the rows, and the line number 6, data column could not be found. Data column, yeah, this data column, the case sensitive problem. These are case sensitive problem. Actually predefined name, data column starting with the caps D. So compile error at the row number 14, data row, the same problem. See here the data row. So now everything is clear. Click OK. See, and run the process. So I'm doing step by step, stage by stage I'm running. See this one. Totally we are having 4 records. So here we got that text values with the table format. See that th tag having columns SNO name, and TD column everything having the C1 Raju and 2 Sendil and 3 Shantosh and 4 Rajesh. See, the table started here and table ended here. So everything, all our values, whatever we are having in our collection, everything converted into this text format. Right? We will try by using this value. We will try to send the mail. So we will check that one whether that mail content is coming in the type of table format or not. So for sending mail, I am going to use POP3 SMTP. POP3 SMTP. See, I am going to use that one action stage here. Here this is for configure and email POP3 SMTP configure. So I'm going to use this data item. This data item I'm going to use it for username purpose. It's going to be text format and Blue Prism training.chennai@gmail.com. This is mail ID. I'm going to use it for sending mail. And one more data I'm going to use it for the password purpose. See here, password, and it's going to be in password data type. So here you have to mention your password. So password, and here see this one username. That username I'm going to use it here, and password. Yes, and password. This is the password. And POP3 SMTP, we know that POP3 SMTP we have to use the pop.gmail.com. This POP3 server we can use that one, and the smtp.gmail.com, and POP3 port number 995 and 587 is the SMTP port. POP3 SSL state, both SSL states should be true. Okay, and then one more stage I'm going to use it here. This is for sending mail. Send mail. For send mail, so they are providing one action. Its name is called send message. From the mail ID, from this email ID, I'm going to send the mail to. Actually, here you have to mention that your receiver's email ID, recipient's email ID. Here I'm going to use the same mail ID as recipient, and subject just I'm giving and test mail, and the body text, value. This is the value I'm going to use it for as a body value. attachment, nothing. So body value having any HTML format or not? Yes, you are having HTML format, right? So then this input should be mentioned true, and then link, open it. Okay, so execute. Code stage, we got that output and configure and send mail. So mail should be sent now. Yeah, it's completed. Now go to that your mailbox. See this one. Yeah, we got the mail in that table format, right? So this is the way we can send the mail in the table format. Suppose if you want to mention the border, yes, we can do it. How? Same one. Go to the object, and here the table attribute border equal to, you can give the value, what value you want to use as a border value. So no error, and okay. Again I'm going to run that one. See, configure and send mail. So now come to the mail. See this one. Yes, we got the mail in the table format. So this is the way we can send the mail body in the table format, right? So this is the way only we can convert our collection value into the HTML text format. The next one we will see in our next example.